Hey guys, and welcome back to Book Chats with Nats. I'm Nats, these are my books, and it is another TBR video. We're gonna find out what I'm gonna be reading in May. May! How did that happen? I know we say it every month, but now we're finding out what I'm gonna read with the help of my trusty TBR prompt jar. Hopefully, we get some exciting new, I don't know why I'm shaking it, nothing's happening. Hopefully we get some exciting prompts this month that I haven't had before. All right, we're gonna choose 6 books because that seems to be a good number for me. I got through 6 last month. All right, first prompt of the month for May is a book with a photo of a woman on the front. It says in brackets, a realistic image. So it can't be like a drawing. A photo of a woman on the front. All right, I actually know, I can think of one. All right, this seems to be the one. Leslie Pierce, Suspects. So I've read House Across the Street from Leslie Pierce, loved that. So I'm very hopeful that this will be good. It's about Nina and Conrad who move into their new home in a picture-perfect Willow Close, and a body is discovered. Hurrying inside with their belongings, they see horrified neighbours gather by the police cordon. One of the residents has been attacked and killed in the woods. Believing someone must have seen the murderer, the police interview all the residents in the close, and they soon find out that each neighbour is harbouring their own secrets. This looks great. And the residents of Willow Close are far from what they initially seem. Oh, large font. We love a large font. Can you guys see that? I find that most of these have small fonts, and then I end up, getting it on Kindle so that I can actually read it in comfort. But this is a nice big font, so we can physically read this. I actually don't like the cover at all. I'm not a fan of covers that look like they're movie covers. I know a lot of you guys felt the same. I've seen so many comments when people are like, oh no, I hate it when there's a photo on the front. It's just not right, is it? And I know you guys, will agree. We just don't like movie covers around here. Prompt number 2. All right. Prompt number 2. What have we got? A book with a number in the title. A number in the title. Do we have one? Do we have one? If we don't have one, we pull another prompt. A number. Oh, yep, I can think of one. Where is it? I'm thinking of one. Where is she? Where is she? There we go. There we go. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I was thinking about this last night. I went down a rabbit hole on Google and I was reading all about Elizabeth Taylor, and we were watching an old film, and that just led to me somehow ending up, we were watching the film, and then I said, Montgomery Clift, he looks like my husband, and then, because he was in the film, and then I Googled him, and then that led me into Elizabeth Taylor, because they were close friends, and then I remembered that this book is about Elizabeth Taylor, like it's based on her life, so it's a piece of fiction, but I've heard that it's about her husband's. Can't wait. So I actually thought last night I need to read that. So that's perfect. I know you guys love this one. I've seen so many good reviews. Number 3. I'm excited. I feel optimistic about this. A book by an author that I've never read. All right, this is easy. Because there's quite a few authors in here that I have not read. All right, here we go. Blake Crouch. I have not read Blake Crouch. Dark Matter. I've been dying to read this. Dying to read it. It's a thriller with a sci-fi element, and it's about a man called Jason, and he awakens to find himself strapped to a gurney, surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits. So it's a world he's woken up to. It's not the life he knows. His wife is not his wife, and his son was never born. Crazy. I love kind of sci-fi elements in books. Exciting. So that's number 3, Dark Matter. That's one I've wanted to read for ages, also with amazing reviews. I mean, all of the books on here I've wanted to read for ages, and they all tend to have good reviews. So that just goes without saying, really. All right, a book with, nope, I was going to say a book with plants or flowers. I've done that prompt before. I don't want to do that prompt again. I always have this, I have heaps of prompts in here, probably 30, I would guess. But if they come up again, they go, nope, I've done that one before. All right, we need a fresh prompt that I've never ever had. I think I need to refresh the jar soon. Next month we'll do a jar refresh. A book with red on the cover, the colour red. All right, I'm reaching here to my red shelf. Could go with one of these. Red on the cover. This has got red on the cover. Ooh. I'm taking this very seriously. A Little Life has some red on the cover. Do I want to go there? All right, I think I'm going to do it. Am I going to do it? All right. Okay, this book, A Little Life, I first purchased it in 2016, I believe. I think it was the end of 2016, and I didn't end up reading it because it just seemed so heavy. And I know the themes are heavy. And at the time, I just wasn't in the vibe. I wasn't in the mental space to read something very heavy. I was wanting to read more light things, but these days, I'm older now. I'm more mature. And I've been through more. I'm just older. I'm getting old. So it's time. It's time to finally read A Little Life. I know it's devastating. I know it's heavy, but I have a lot of FOMO, and I didn't read it then. And I ended up giving away the book, and it keeps coming back. And I got it again for a reason. So it's massive, and the font is tiny. It's the tiniest. So I'm going to get it on Kindle. I know I'm going to get it on Kindle, but this is the book. So we're going to do it. It'll take me a while. It's a huge beast of a book. The fact that it's this hefty and the font is so small shows how big it really is. 700, 800, something, yeah, 700 and how many? 720 pages with tiny font, as opposed to some of the books I normally read, which are like 300 pages with larger font. So it's going to take a while, and it's making me feel like I might not get through 6 books in the month because of this. But that is the risk we're going to take. Number 5, a book with a short 2-word title. All right, Happy Place. Just to juxtapose against the heavy, deep, dark, devastating sadness of A Little Life, we're going to do a Happy Place as a little palate cleanser. Maybe if I'll start with that, and then when I'm just in despair and destroyed, I'll read Happy Place. Because this is a love story. It's a romance. It's a modern romance about Harriet and Wynne, and they're the perfect couple. They go together like bread and butter, gin and tonic, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Oh, no, that doesn't... that one didn't age well. There's a nice, happy palate cleanser. All right, that's 5. Lastly, we have a book with a picture of a book or a drawing of a book or library on the front. All right, so basically a book with a book. A bit of here we go. Another Emily Henry. All right, we've got Emily Henry's Book Lovers. Maybe that'll be fun, actually. I mean, I tend to do that. I did a lot of Freida McFadden. Some months I'll do like all Freida McFadden. So maybe this month we'll just have 2 Emily Henrys. Book Lovers is about Nora Stevens, who is a author. Is she an author? Is it 2 writers? I feel like it's about 2 writers. It says, Nora Stevens' life is books. She's read them all, and she is not that type of heroine. So she goes to Sunshine Falls for the month of August on a sister's trip. And then there's Charlie as well, and they're thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences that no editor worth their salt would allow. So another love story. I feel like this one's got great reviews. I think, I could be wrong, but I feel like more people have recommended this one than Happy Place lately. So we'll see. All right, guys, that's my 6 books. what have we got? We've got 2 modern contemporary love stories, contemporary romance books. We've got a very deep, heavy piece of fiction there, a very heavy novel there. We've got some sci-fi thriller-ness, goodness. And then we've got 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. What genre is this? Just fiction. And then another thriller. So some real heaviness here, but then some lightness as well. So I think we'll start with A Little Life. We'll kick May off with A Little Life, and hopefully I'll make it through that one in one piece. Then we will dive into some Emily Henry as a palate cleanser. And then from there, just to mix things up, I don't want to go into another romance. So I think after that I'll do Suspects or Dark Matter. And then if we have time after all that, considering how long A Little Life is, we'll wrap up with The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which out of all of them, I'm most excited for, but I think if we save it till the end, it'll keep us going. All right. I'm already thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get through all that? We can do it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And that was it. That's our 6 books for May. And let me know in the comments your thoughts and if you've read any. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Happy reading.
It's what you do.